welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sonia and I would love it if you could subscribe, and if you're not already an existing subscriber, welcome back. So today I'm going to be introducing another project to my channel, and I have been so indecisive when it comes to panning eyeshadows, eyeshadow palettes. You know, for this year I've just seemed to always want to keep chopping and changing my mind, but I think I've decided I'm going to try and do pan those eyeshadows. Now, I started it back in 2021 and I think I got to like my third and fourth update and decided at that point it wasn't something I wanted to continue on with. But I feel like now I'm at the point I want to start it up again. I've seen a lot of people on my subscription list do this project, and there are a lot of project panners that do this project. So this project was created by Alexi. I will leave her channel below, and so many people do it different ways. For me, what I'm going to do is, if I get like a darker eyeshadow, or if I get a colourful eyeshadow or something like that, I'm going to use it 20 times. If it's something that I know I will use often, I will keep it in to hit pan. That's just how I am going to work it. That's how I worked it last time, and I felt like that worked well for me. Rather than having a spreadsheet with all of my eyeshadows, what I have now is just a spreadsheet with all of my eyeshadow palettes. So I'm going to randomly generate 5, and then I'll go and get those eyeshadow palettes, and then I will then roll for the eyeshadow in those palettes. I'm so annoyed right now because I've just been looking at some eyeshadow palettes, and one eyeshadow pan fell out onto the floor and it has marked my grey carpet because it was so soft. When I opened it, it just fell onto the floor. And also I've injured my thumb, if you want to know what that is. I'm a little bit annoyed because it was a really pretty shade that I've not had a chance to use yet. But anyway, I think I've covered everything when it comes to this project. I just want to roll some eyeshadow palettes in and some eyeshadows and see what I get. I'm hoping for some nice spring looking shades, but we'll see. So I have 82 eyeshadow palettes, individual shadows in my collection right now. I'm saying that because I have headers in my spreadsheet, so I'm going to do between 2 and 83. So the first number is 57. I'm just going to screenshot that so I can reference it. The second one is number 70. The third one is number 77. Quite high numbers. The fourth one is number 60, and last but no means least, we have number 71. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and check to make sure we haven't got any duplicates, and also if I have any of these palettes in other projects right now, I will just re-roll for something else. So let me just check really quick if I haven't got our same number. No, we haven't. So what I'm going to go and do is I'm going to go and get those eyeshadow palettes now, and I'll be back to roll in the eyeshadows. They're all quite high numbers. Okay, so I'm back and I'm really happy with the eyeshadow palettes that have been rolled for me. I think there's only one here that I have used, so 4 of them are completely new and not being used. So the first number I rolled was number 57, and that is my Revolution Pro Nath palette. Now I haven't used this yet, but these are the shades inside. Very, very pretty. I got this last October on a really good deal, and I just really liked the colour story on it. So there are 15 shades in this eyeshadow palette, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go between 1 and 15, and we have number 7. Ooh, that's a pretty colour. So it is Spirit. I think I'm going to keep that in until I've hit pan, because that is a very me shade, and I can always use some of these shimmers as well in this palette to complement that colour. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep this in until I hit pan. The next number I got was number 70, and that is my Jackiana palette from ABH. This is the one palette I have used, but I've only used it recently, so it's still relatively new to my collection. I got it in January this year. It's a beautiful palette. Not a colour story I go to often, but it is beautiful. So we have 14 shades in this palette, and the number I get is number 13. Ooh, that is a pretty colour, but not a colour I will use often. So it is this one called Sponsored. I think I'm going to put this in for 20 uses for now, because like I said, it's not really a colour I use often, But if I use it 20 times and I still haven't hit pan and I like it, I will then change my goal. It looks like a really beautiful colour. I just don't wear greens that often, so I'm just going to keep that one in for 20 uses. However, looking at it like this, it looks green when you look at it like front on. When you look at it from the side, it looks like a bluey colour, so I'm interested to see what that's going to look like on the eye. So the next number I got was number 77, and that is my Beauty Bay Berries palette. Now this is still in the box. I still haven't used it, and this is what it looks like inside. A beautiful palette, absolutely beautiful. And I was umming and ahhing between getting the bigger size or the little mini, and I just thought I'm going to get the bigger size because it has more colours in it that I love. So there are 16 eyeshadows in this palette. So you know what we're going to do. 1 to 16. I did roll it. It was number 8. What a pretty colour. It is the colour Cloud. And it is this one here. Hopefully it's showing up well. I will keep this in until I've hit pan. Now, what I will do is I will go and take pictures of each of the shadows, and then I will come back to show you the colour story, because I don't want it to not look right in the pictures, if that makes sense. So that is the colour I am bringing in, and that will be in until I've hit pan. The next number I got was number 60, and that is my Natasha Denona Love palette. I cannot wait to try this. Honestly, I'm so excited. I got this at Christmas from my nan, and this is what it looks like. A beautiful palette, it really is. So there are 15 shades in this palette. We will get number 7. Okay. Again, I'm quite happy to keep this one in until I've hit pan. It is the shade Giving, which is this one here. Super, super pretty. I'm happy I've managed to get some shimmers and some mattes. I've only got one matte at the moment, I think, actually, but this is really, really pretty. I'm definitely going to keep this in until I hit pan. What I will say is Natasha Denona's eyeshadows sometimes do take a while. I had the Sunset? I can never remember which one it is off the top of my head. In my pan those eyeshadows last year, and that took me a while to hit pan. So that wasn't matte though, so I'm not sure on the shimmer. We will just see, but that is going to stay in until I've hit pan. And then last but no means least, I got the number 71, and that is my Too Faced Tutti Frutti Razzle Dazzle Berry palette. So as you can see, all of these are still in packaging apart from a couple of them. But this is what this one looks like. I got this in a box. It wouldn't have personally been something I would have picked up myself, but it is something I am happy to use. It smells good. It smells like berries. There are only 7 shadows in this palette, and the number we get is number 6. Okay, so this is the shade I got. This is definitely going to be 20 uses. When I look at this palette, that would most probably be the last shade I would ever use. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it in. I'm gonna just use it 20 times. I'm just curious to see what it's gonna look like in the eye, because it is a shimmer. It does have like a purple shimmer throughout it. So I'm curious to see what it's gonna look like. But yeah, this is definitely gonna be more something I'm gonna have to use in the outer corner. So I have 1 matte and 4 shimmers. I can use the palettes for matte shades if I want to, but I'm really happy with the 5 eyeshadows I've got. I feel like some of them I will be able to get a lot of use on. I don't think I'm going to have any rolled out by next update, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But for now, I'm really happy and I'm excited to be part of this project again. So I've just swatched each of the palettes, and this is the colour story I'm going to be working with. I'm really happy with that, and you can see the shift a little bit on this one as well. I'm a little bit nervous about this one, but we'll see what it'll look like on the outer edge. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what I can do with these shades. So I hope you enjoyed this intro. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and it means the absolute world to me if you could subscribe if you don't already. Until my next video, thank you for coming by. See you later.